thought is not like a GLC rebrand or me replacing GLC, but it's something that's more original to me. You know, the thoughts that are in my head. So that's why GLC had to take a break. Because cause of death, overthinking. Time of death, it doesn't really matter. He's been dying for years. Slowly. Um, yeah. Subject, me. Now let's open him up. And, Sharp was it. This is Mangalisa's Neyman from In Thoughts. Welcome to another episode again. I feel like I'm going to stop saying welcome to another episode and I'm just going to dive into it. But I'm calling this episode the Autopsy of Mangalisa's Neyman, and we're basically going to be doing a deep dive into me. From faith, beliefs, future, past, present, you name it, whatsoever. We're going to be deep diving into that, right? And because I'm me, and I do tend to step out of thought for like 2 minutes, I actually have cue cards with me that I wrote on my phone, so I'm actually going to be doing that for like 2 seconds. So some of you guys might call me Big Daddy M. Grace's love. So yeah, man. So if you might know me, you guys in the background, you good? You good? So yeah, man. Some of you guys might call me Big Daddy M, Grace's little brother. Again, this is an In Thought episode, and first we're gonna talk about what I think, right? And I have a list of things that I think here. For starters, and I wrote the one where I said, I think most people don't want advice; they just want witnesses. Your majority of you guys out there don't want to be advised. You just want to be witnessed fail. You just want to have like a witness to your failures or witness to your pain so that you can actually talk about it later on. And that's what I think. Another thing that I think is, I think church taught me more about business more than business school itself. When I say business school, I mean the business modules. I learned more business. I learned more about business from the churches that my parents used to take me to than the actual belief system and faith and so on. Not to say all churches are like that, but hey man, go fight your parents with this one. And also, I think the whole notion of find your purpose is one of the most expensive things you could ever do. You're, to some extent, I don't think it's viable. You should advise people to find their purpose. I think you should just let people be and do the things that are necessary for you to survive and get on to the next step. Because right now you're going to be chasing purpose your whole life, can't you? You're going to be chasing purpose for your whole life and never build anything or not amount to anything. And I feel like that's a scary place to be in. And then also moving on from that, the Big Daddy M character that the gents in the background are fighting so hard. Again, the Big Daddy M character is a character that I established because I feel like Mona Lisa's Neyman is being a little bit underestimated and overlooked. Now, is like creating a alter ego or a different character because your character is being overlooked a healthy thing? No, I don't even think it is, but we're here now, and that's that. So, yeah, man. And another thing to it, I think studying economics and Rao's law of fairness is actually the conclusion of everything in this world. I'm not sure if you know the law of fairness by all Rawls. And I think most independent media companies in this country are just opinions, just like slightly fair opinions with better lighting. That's all. There's nothing significant about it. And on some days, I do think Gucci. That's the case with me as well. It's not that significant. It just has better lighting and a better cameraman and a better guy on screen. You know, I think that's the whole concept of it, and I think that's why a whole lot of people garner numbers faster. I think there's like a big pool of untalented people making way too much than they should be making, and which actually validates the notion of you need to just work, bro, because hard work will beat talent any day, as they say. So yeah, and another thing is that I think the people that are scared of me succeeding the most are the people that witness me fail countless times. You know, I don't think it's the people that just witness me fail countless times, but I think the ones that could help at the time and they still let me fail are the ones that are afraid of me actually succeeding, because now it's going to be a notion of how am I going to look back at the things that they did when I was where I was at the time. So yeah, you know, so yeah, man. So moving on to like point two of my findings of the autopsy, talking about Inthought, right? I built Inthought from scratch, right? Inthought is not like a GLC rebrand or me replacing GLC, but it's something that's more original to me. You know, the thoughts that are in my head. So that's why GLC had to take a break, because the whole notion of GLC wasn't necessarily something that I could actually relate to from time to time, and the episodes from GLC from time to time I could not watch at all, even though I was the one on camera, which is the crazy work. Yo, so yeah, I realized that I'm not trying to build a panel that is constantly chasing trends and is constantly in front of people's faces, but I'm trying to build a mirror for myself, something that'll mirror me and everything that I believe in, something that'll mirror my thoughts. And then when everything on me has been mirrored, expand that mirror, make it bigger, and mirror the country, and show the country everything that it needs to see, reflect on everything that's been happening in this country. The goal for Inthought is to actually be a broadcasting company bigger than me, you know? So that's the whole notion with that. Something entirely different from GLC. It's not like an extension of GLC or whatsoever. It's a whole different organ entirely. So there's that. And a whole lot of people out there have been saying, would say, "Oh, dog, it's not a smart business move. What about the numbers that you made on GLC? What about the this, that?" Again, I didn't do it because it's a smart business move. I did it because it feels original to me, even with this episode. We're gonna get back to normal episodes later on, but with this episode, it's just me trying to sit down and remind you guys again that Inthought is entirely a selfish-based podcast. It's everything that's going on in my head, and I'm just spitting it on the mic. So that's what's happening. Let me just go back to the cue cards real quick. Oh yeah, and on the notion of getting back an audience that I've already built with GLC, dog, we'll have to start over again and do it from scratch. Again, it's not a smart business move, but I had to be honest with myself to a certain extent. So yeah, and this feels like me, and I feel like the whole notion of it is that everyone like is expecting a highlight reel of building something, but nobody wants to talk about the itemized list of what that really costs. So yeah, this whole thing that's happening right here is mine right now, and the whole cost of it, yo. And then we'd be going over to the toxology report of Enthor. The things that are still in my system. Things that are still in my system. Let me actually read this through. Still in my system is proving people wrong. Yo, I said I was done with proving people wrong, but I genuinely still do feel like I have that within me and I have to prove everybody wrong. But lately I've been learning to let go and let God do what God does, because by my strength alone I don't feel like I can actually achieve everything that I want. So letting big God hop on. Yo. So yeah, man. Um Another thing that's still in my system that I'm trying to get rid of is counting money, views, subscribers, your room temperature when I walk in. Because initially I genuinely don't feel like I belong yet. And that's been the feeling for the longest time, right? Um, I'm working through it with like sense of belonging and like feeling comfortable in the rooms that I walk into, but that's that, you know. And other things that are still in my system, yeah, being needed. I'm not addicted to substance or anything like that, but I am addicted to the feeling of being needed. When someone is in need of anything, you need help, call me right up, gang. You need whatsoever, run to me. Advice, run to me. Because I want to like be useful in people's lives. Even though from time to time I don't even like have the right answers or the right thing for you to use in your life scenario at the time. So that's something that I still have to get out of my system. You know. And truthfully, I feel like I built a whole platform around something that I should have taken to therapy. But yeah, we're here now. Uh, so yeah, man. Um, Another thing is being Grace's little brother is low key flipping weird. Being a sibling is weird, and people don't even talk about that, especially being a younger sibling. When you have people that, when your older sibling is a person that just does the most when they walk out into the world, and whatever like room you get into, or whatever person you meet, you're not you're not established as your own character, but you play into a character that they've already known or been told about already. So now when you get out of that situation, it's a matter of people have this kind of or shock that hey bo, kandulewe, so that's something that I still need to get out of the system, you know. And truthfully, the version of myself that I had to kill, well, the version that you see right now in front of the camera is the version of me that killed the other guy that would not be brave enough to even sit in this camera and talk about these things with you guys. The whole concept of in thought is low-key uncomfortable, not funny to a certain extent. So yeah, and I guess that's going to be the autopsy for everything going on here. Yo, and when I think of it, Autopsies are for people who are already gone. And it's the end of the episode and I'm still here. So in a way, I think this episode was a way of me actually finding out if I'm still alive or not. So, yeah, I guess that's in thought. And today we're having a short episode. And we're going to wrap it up here.